Hello, I am so excited to have my friend Bonnie and fellow health coach with us today to talk about the future of fitness. But first, I have to ask, Bonnie, do you have 10 minutes?
I have so many minutes, but yes, I have 10 minutes. I'm Bonny Osterhage, and in real life, I am a journalist. I write for a lot of local magazines and companies. And then I moonlight as a fitness instructor. So I teach cycle and fitness at Joyride, Texas. And I also have a small group personal training business called Be Fit SA.
I know you're totally my inspiration. In the mornings, I'm waking up, I'm working out. I'm like, Bonnie does this every day. Well, so given the events of the past few months,
Yeah.
this has shifted dramatically. What changes have you had to make in your own business?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So since we're strictly, I guess, talking about fitness for the purposes of this chat, the biggest changes have been that the gym where I train my clients, obviously is not open. And the cycle studio is also not open. So we've really had to make some adjustments. Fortunately, at Joyride, they were able to provide a virtual platform. So those of us who were able to bring some bikes home, we can instruct. It's really interesting. I don't know if you can see my whole studio set up back here. I even put my little Joyride sign on the wall. So we're able to teach via Zoom and also via IGTV. So we do cycle classes on Zoom because obviously they're longer and we can interact, which is nice. And then we do some of our other strength training and things on Instagram Live. From a client perspective, the clients that I train, we've been doing a lot of Zoom. So Zoom is the word.
Yeah. A lot of Zoom, a lot of FaceTime.
A lot of Zoom, and yeah. So it really is interesting the way it's changed it. But what I found the most interesting was the way that people adapted so quickly. I mean, there was only about a week of kind of, oh my gosh, what do we do? Yeah. Before everybody was like, this is what we do. And man, it was up and running. We were going.
Well, so I have to ask you, we're in an interesting time right now. Gyms are looking to reopen in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But what do you think, now that we have already adapted and got up and running so quickly, what do you think is here to stay? And what do you think is going to kind of go by the wayside?
That's interesting. And it's something I keep sort of thinking about because there is a lot about this that I actually don't hate, which is, I might be one of the few people that has said this. What I don't like is I miss the physical interaction. I really, truly do miss, teaching on Zoom is great because you can interact like we're doing. You really can't do that on Instagram Live or IGTV. So I don't love it as much. But I love the feeling of the studio. I love teaching in the studio, and you see everybody's faces. You're hearing them breathe. You're hearing those flywheels turn. So you can't really duplicate that. But what I don't hate is kind of the slower pace, and there's a little more. It's not really more one-on-one really with my clients because in person, clearly I have the one-on-one, but it's a little more focused, if you will, because they know they have this window right here of time and that it's just me sitting here looking at them. And so there's a little less chit chat, a little more focus. So that's been kind of nice. What I think will stay is, and this is, I don't own a studio, so please don't take this as gospel. I mean, it's not like, hey, Bonnie said this is going to happen, so it's going to happen.
No,
but I don't. Yeah, exactly. What I do see happening is that people are realizing that they can work out online, which is interesting. I do see that, a lot of the excuses that clients might give me for rescheduling a workout or for going, oh, I'm traveling, let's cancel my session. Well, we could do it this way.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to stick around. I really do, because I think people realize they can still do it. They can still interact with their trainer, and they can still get that good workout at home. I think there's a misconception that maybe you can't get a good workout at home because you don't have all the gym equipment, but you can, and it's very possible. I don't necessarily see group fitness classes staying online, but I could be totally wrong. I can almost see it more for like yoga and things like that, but I feel like some of the more high intensity things, um, who knows, maybe people will start offering maybe one Zoom class. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think most people that go to more high intensity group fitness classes do it for the community and camaraderie, and that feeling of everybody being in the same room together and feeding off of that energy is palpable. I mean, you feel it. So I think that'll be interesting to see with group fitness. But I do see the one-on-one sort of sticking around.
I think you did bring up a really good point about the one-on-one. And I've been wondering about group fitness because there were certain classes that I was like die hard, I would attend.
Yeah.
A lot of it is I would push myself more because I could see the next to me doing it, and I don't like to be one up. So
yeah, you and I are a lot alike. We're very competitive, and if I always joke, if you get on the treadmill beside me at the gym, you don't know it, but we're racing. You're not going to go faster.
No, I'm like, I can lift as much as you. Not really, but
exactly. Yeah. And then I'm going to limp out, but so there is definitely that component is missing. And I find that with me too. I find that I maybe I don't necessarily push as hard in a group class online as I would in a group class in person. However, I will push as hard one-on-one because, I mean, you're looking at me. I mean, it's just me and you. So again, I think that's a good argument for why the one-on-one training online is a very viable option.
Yeah, I think, and I always try to kind of turn things into from an employer standpoint, since we do so much with employee health and wellness, is I think too, like one of the things that's been missing is, or the way companies have been motivating their employees to go like go to the gym and go do this stuff, I think is definitely going to have to change.
Yeah.
And I think what you brought up about like kind of this virtual training component could be something that they could start to do and offer for their employees. And especially for those that have the employees that are boots on the ground or that travel a lot, to your earlier point, like this we really have figured out, hey, this works.
Like, I think it would be really interesting to see some of the larger corporations who already have maybe a online channels in place, like a portal for their employees. If it would be interesting to see them offer a fitness portal where they're streaming, where they can almost like a Peloton or a Forte Fit or whatever, where people could actually go into their employee portal and select from a workout that they could do while they're traveling for business, or that they could stream from the break room, or wherever they go to work out.
Well, so keeping in mind that some of this stuff isn't going to go away, that virtual is really here to stay. What do you think that I said your role, our role as health coaches or as trainers, how are we going to have to shift in order to get folks engaged, or for those that perhaps maybe kind of fell off during this time, which has been really normal?
Two things are going to happen. Number one, I think people are really excited to get back into studios. I think people who that was a part of their daily routine, a part of their daily lifestyle, they are jonesing to get back in. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of remotivating necessary there. But for the people who have fallen off, or maybe for the people who have been furloughed or lost jobs, and maybe financially their gym memberships are not a viable option anymore, I think re-engaging them through the same level of accountability through these virtual workouts is important. One of the things that I was doing was emailing workouts to clients. And just, the ones who didn't want to Zoom, I just send them email workouts for the week every Saturday or Sunday. Here's what I want you to do this week. And then I check in with them for accountability. Hey, how'd you do? I want you to post a picture. I want to see a hashtag. I want to see you tag me, show me what you did. Because as long as they feel like there's that little bit of accountability, Bonnie said I have to work out, I have to do this entire workout 2 times this week, and she's going to know, because if I don't tag her, or I don't check in with her, or check in from where I am, biking on the river or whatever it is, she's going to know I didn't do it. So finding a little more outside the box ways of keeping them engaged and keeping that credibility factor, front of mind, I think is really important, because if they don't feel like there's community holding them accountable, there's maybe less intrinsic motivation.
Well, Bonnie, you know what? We are out of time, but
Oh, yay.
thank you so much. And I appreciate
Thank you.
I got 10 minutes.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.